10 cards, 1 kit for the September Super Kit. This kit was a blast to work with. Unfortunately, it's sold out, but if you're interested in kits like this, I will have the link below for the Love for Lizi website. I highly recommend it. It just gets better and better with time. She has put together amazing things, and this kit was manufactured by Lizi, which is super exciting. All right, so let's get into the cards. I started out by getting messy. I pulled out some Distress Oxide and the stencil, and I've sprayed, so I used my blender tool and then I sprayed it with water, and now I have a 2-for-1. 2 backgrounds for the price of 1. Super cool. So you'll see I actually used the one on the top left later in a card. And then I decided, well, I have my messy stuff out, I might as well use the Brusho. And so I'm spraying some water, and I like the effect where you still see the different colors. So I didn't spray it all the way to make a solid black. I really like the look of the blues and the black and the orange. So I left it like that, and you'll see it up in the top left. It's still kind of drying. And then I'm using the Spooky stamp from the kit and some Versamark, and I'm going to use some embossing powder from a previous kit, the one in silver. And I left this part in because I love when the embossing powder changes. And I put the extra back, and here we go, changes. Isn't that the coolest? I love it. So originally I was going to use that strip all the way across, but then I didn't want to cover all of my background, so I decided to make a fishtail. My fan is on. It's still hot here in Arizona, so that's why things are blowing around on my desk. All right, so I'm making a fishtail, and then I wanted it to pop a little bit more, so I get a black piece of paper for a black scrap, and I'm going to copy that same fishtail on my black scrap. And I like this much better because you can still see quite a bit of the background. And Murphy's Law, my tape runner, my big tape runner, was all out of tape, and I thought for sure I had another roll. I do not. So you'll see me using wet glue throughout a lot of the 10 cards, which actually worked out okay, I thought. And so here I'm just adding it to my black background. So when I use this card, I think it would be fun to write in white gel pen. I think that would make it look really cool and go with the spooky aspect. So I had a little dot or so of purple that I didn't like, so I'm covering it up with some of the sequins from the kit. And there's card 1. Ta-da! All right, card number 2, I'm using the background that I did a release of from the stencil. And that's going to be my little spider web background. Super cute. And then I'm going to put one of the girls in the bottom corner. This is from the die cut pack. Super cute. And then I did a die cut circle, and then I'm going to put the sentiment within the circle. And the sentiment is from the decoupage sheet, and it says, "Too cute to spook." Again, using my glue. And there is card number 2. Sorry, card number 2. All right, card number 3. I'm using the zigzag paper. I love the pattern on that paper. And that's going to be my background. And I'm using another circle and I cut it from the specialty cardstock, the Glimmer paper, and kind of put it off the edge. And then this super cute owl that's also a die cut. And then I wanted to change her up a little bit, so instead of the super cute bow, I decided to make her a witch and add this witch's hat that was in the die cuts. And I kind of put that over her one to one side. And then using one of the wood veneer pieces, excuse me, I took the broom so that the owl, it's kind of her broom, and on the inside I did some more embossing. This time I cut out the majority of the work there since you've seen it once. And then here I'm going to add the top to my card base. And there we go. Happy Halloween is what it says in the middle. All right, so here I'm making a shaker card. I cut the acetate piece and the outside piece, added the foam. I did all that off camera because it's kind of time consuming and this video was long enough. So here you're just kind of seeing me put it together. One of the die cuts, the super cute spider, is going to be in the top corner, and then I have the other little pieces in the that will go on the bottom right. So I'm just trying to situate where I want it all to go. Whoops. I made 2 shaker cards this month because we had a full pack of sequins, super cool. And then I was thinking it would kind of look like that, and I brought out that purple again to kind of ink up the pumpkin to kind of match all the colors on the card. And then the poison bottle, the skull, will all be in the bottom corner. And I finally get a placement that I like. I really like the pumpkin with a little bit of purple. Super cute. And there we go. And then for the inside of this card, I took from the stamp set Trick or Treat, and I'm using a brand new black ink pad. Made all the difference. Super nice looking. And there's that card. All right, the next one is an image I colored. I am not a colorist, but I think it turned out okay. One of the reasons why I think I struggle with coloring is I don't have any like skin tone markers, so that kind of made it a little more difficult. And just knowing where to put shadows and all that stuff, I'm definitely learning. So anyway, I gave it a shot. She turned out all right. Now I'm using some peel-offs from a previous kit. I love that when you put these peel-offs on the black paper, they kind of look iridescent and green. I thought that was really fun. And then I just put peekaboo and I added some Nuvo drops, and now I'm attaching it to my cover. My cover? It's not a cover. It's my card base. Goodness. And there's that card. All right, next card. This one, I'm using one of the spiderweb papers, and I'm using some of the ribbon. I love that the ribbon is now on a holder. It makes, for someone who's a messy crafter like me, it makes it a lot easier, kind of keep things a little bit more organized when I'm crafting, so I really, really liked that. And then I'm using some glue dots to attach the ribbon in the middle and then also in the back of the card. I was futzing around with the glue dots, so I cut a lot of that out for you. And then I put this girl I also colored. I think she's my favorite out of the ones I did my own coloring. Also, her face is gray. It's like a light gray. So again, since I don't have skin tones, I thought that was, you know, appropriate for a ghoul. And then I'm just going to add some tape to the background and then add it to my layer. And then I liked the sentiment from the decoupage sheet. And I add that, add some more Nuvo drops. And that pretty much does it for that card. Oops, yes, I had a Nuvo drop explosion, so I had to fix it. And then I attach this to my card front. And I should have done the Nuvo drops last. So I had to do it the kind of backwards way, but it all works out. And there's that card. All right, this card, I have sped this up a lot. Probably, I think, about 8 times. I wanted to make a floral arrangement with all the flowers in the die cut pack. And I have a mason jar die cut in my stash. And I've been really wanting to use these markers. They're actually my daughter's that she received for a gift, I think Christmas or anyway. And I've been wanting to use them. So I thought this is the perfect time. So you'll see me kind of adding the flowers, and then I'm adding some stems. And this is where I thought, oh man, I just biffed this card. Sorry, my dog is protecting me. I did not like this. I left this in to show you, just to kind of keep going. Even if you think, oh man, this is not how I was hoping for it to look, just keep going. I could have given up and started a new card, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to try this, fill it in, see what happens. So I fill in the whole thing with blue, and then I kind of use my water pen to kind of make the lines from the what should have been stems a little blurry, and I like it. It's not totally dry here, but when it dries, I really did end up liking it in the end. All right, on to the next shaker card. So one shaker card down, this is my second. Again, I saved you the time of putting all of the little foam pieces on. And then I'm using this background. That circle to the left is what I thought I was going to use as my background, but I cut it in the wrong size. So I went ahead and just attached my circle and shaker bits to the rectangle, and I think it turns out just fine. And then I'm going to add the super cute cat to the bottom right. So this shaker and the other shaker are very similar. But again, I wanted to use those sequins because we have a whole bag and the mix is gorgeous. And then the phrase says, "Which please?" Adding more Nuvo drops. I love the color of the Nuvo drops too, super pretty. And there's that card. Okay, so another ribbon, and this time I'm using just my glue and not glue dots to see if it goes a little bit faster. Another circle. I was on a circle kick, it looks like. I cut out lots of circles. I wanted it to kind of look sort of like a moon behind her since she's, you know, on her witch's broom. Meh, it's a stretch. So I'm going to put her in the circle, and then I cut a little fishtail tag, and then put that in the corner. And then I'm going to add that to the card base. Did you notice my nails even match the kit? We would have thought I planned it, but I didn't. All right, so using that brand new ink pad, it's a Versamark ink pad, and oh man, it made all the difference in the world. Nothing like a new ink pad. So here is my next card, and this one I'm using a scrap from that spiderweb paper and some peel-offs from this kit. And I am sure to put back my scraps. And then I add some more. Oops, cut that part out. So I have it on the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to have my die cuts kind of around, and that sentiment says, "I put a spell on you." So I thought that the witch's cauldron and the spell book and the witch's broom were all quite appropriate. Add some sticky tape to the back. And then just trying to figure out the arrangement. Super cute, whimsical witch's broom. And then that's going to lean up against the cauldron. And then I'm going to prop up the potion book. Also prop up the sentiment. And then I add some sequins to look like the witch's brew or the spell is bubbling from the cauldron. And there we go. There's that. All right, so here are my 10 cards. 1, 2, 3. I would love to know which one is your favorite in the comments below. This was a great kit to work with. I thank you so much for watching. If you haven't, you can head over to my channel, Cara Brandon. I would love for you to like and subscribe. Also, here are the things I still have left over. I have decoupage sheets, all sorts of fun stuff that I can still play with. I think I'm going to make a planner layout. I don't know if I can wait till October. It might be coming up in a more September kind of layout because I think while I have all the bits, it'll be fun. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and have a wonderfully crafty day. Bye.